Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be focusing on my fragrance starting lineup for the year of 2013. This is an annual video that I do, and a summary for those of you who don't know what this is. There was a reviewer that still is around occasionally, Brandon or Cutlass Supreme as he's known. His link will be down below in the information. But he started a concept where he introduced 6 different scenarios and he had everyone list their top favorite fragrances for those scenarios. And the scenarios were signature scent, work scent, night out scent, close quarter or close combat scent, daring scent, and an upper class event type of a scent. So I'm going to go ahead and list my favorites for those 6 categories in this. One little addendum. I also I divided up into 2 parts. One, I list summer fragrances and I list winter fragrances just because it changes based off of if it's warm or cold, because I live in an area basically that has very high extremes for either, and my choices for fragrances differ depending on how hot it is or how cold it is. So there's 2 that I'll be listing for each category, 12 fragrances in total. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and get started with the actual video. Let's start with the first category, and that is signature scent. My signature scent for the summer has actually changed. It's usually been Bergamot 22, but now it's been supplanted by Frappin's L'Humaniste or Humaniste. It's got a very gin and tonic type of a vibe to it. It's got a very pleasant citrus that's very sharp at the top and that keeps remaining. The one downside of this is it doesn't last as long, but in the summer, I usually carry a decant for it. Either way, I've been enjoying this as my signature scent, and people know me by this scent, hence the word signature scent at this point, which I think is a good thing. So, Frappin's Humaniste. For the winter, my signature scent is from the house of Tom Ford. Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather. Yes, I have been killing this fragrance as far as having it come out and be my signature scent, and people know me by this scent. It is a scent that is basically a very heavy leather type of a scent. It's very deep, very rich, very intoxicating, one that really melds well with my skin and produces the exact desired effect. A lot of people continually ask me, hey, what is it you're wearing? They want to know what I'm wearing just because they want to go out and buy the same thing. So Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather is my winter signature scent. Moving on, next category is my work scent. For the work, now last year's, I believe it was Guerlain's Vetiver was my work scent for the summer. This time, I've kind of switched over and I've gone to a Creed that not many people talk about that much, and that is Creed's Tabarome Millesime. This one just produces the desired effect from me. It's got a light tobacco type of a scent, and at the same time has a little bit of citruses that are going on in it, but it produces sort of a mature, very professional type of effect to it that gives me exactly what I want. It's not a huge compliment getter at all, definitely not, but to me it kind of creates the vibe that I actually want. It didn't get any negative sayings or compliments either, but it produces exactly what I want out of a work fragrance, and that's why I chose Tabarome Millesime. Lasts the entire day, or 8 hours at least for it, which is the entire work day, or standard work day. Tabarome Millesime. For the winter, I go to the house of Yves Saint Laurent. I go with L'Homme for the winter. I generally apply a little bit more on this. You're going to get a sort of an apple-y type of a vibe to it, a spiciness type of vibe to it, and it's very, very sensual. This, on the other hand, as compared to Tabarome Millesime, is a huge compliment getter. When I'm in a room with people, especially if I enter in a room with somebody and before everyone else has actually come in, the first thing that they usually do is compliment my fragrance, especially if I'm wearing L'Homme. And that's generally pretty much all I can actually say about this. I've got a separate review on it, so if you want more information on that, go ahead and check out that review, and there's reviews all over on this. L'Homme. For the next category, we have our night out scent. My night out scent for the summer, it is Express Reserve. This is a what many would consider a cheapie. I've actually bought my second bottle just because I'm going down on this. Whenever it's night out time, I reach for this. I find it extremely sensual, extremely useful for exactly what I actually want out of it, and it does its job. It gets the job done. It's got this I hate to overuse the word boozy, but it's got this boozy type of a feel to it. It's almost, instead of, like for example, with Luministe, I was thinking more of rum, whereas this one I'm thinking more of like a bourbon type of a smell that kind of comes along with it too. Very sensual, kind of bourbon, leathery, a little bit type of a smell, but very, very, very pleasant. I want you to keep in mind, as I always tell people, their Express Reserve is still available at Express, except it's been reformulated. It looks a lot different. It's lighter. It's not the same. If you can, go ahead and try and get this one that has the darker color juice and that looks like this bottle. For the winter, I have another Creed. This Creed has come out of left field, and I'm actually, I guess you could say, late to the hype train, if you will, but I fully endorse it. I absolutely love it. It is none other than Creed's Aventus. For my night out scent for winter, this has been doing excellent. Now, word of caution on this. This is apple, this is birch, this is, it's basically got a very pleasant citrus and pineapple, apple type of top to it, and at the base you've got a very sensual woods that kind of comes in with the birch. Kind of has this smokiness that goes along with it too. The one thing that I want to caution people about is Creed Aventus is one that kind of wears on your nose rather quicker than it is on your own skin. For example, I sprayed it on. I remember spraying it on and I was actually going into a hookah bar and meeting a couple of friends, and two of them actually smelled me from basically across the table and basically said, "Hey, are you wearing Aventus?" I was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Yep, I can smell you across the table." I couldn't smell myself after that bit, even though I'd sprayed it on a couple times. Just one thing to keep in mind. This is one fragrance that a lot of people will still smell on you that you may not smell on yourself. So it has good projection, good performance, one to keep in mind. Creed Aventus. Next category, close quarters, close combat scent. For the summer, I've actually moved this one. It was I believe my winter close quarter one last year. This year is my summer one. I think it works better in the summer. Oud Wood. This is a close to the skin one that actually gets a lot more projection when it's hotter out on the heat. But this one mixes extremely well with my skin. This is a very masculine oud type of a smell that is, I want to say, it's almost like a mainstream type of oud, if that makes any sense. Whereas oud is generally, up in your face. This one is still kind of in your face, but this is more of a sensual oud that kind of comes along with it, and it mixes extremely well with your skin. If this does well with your skin, you're gold. Tom Ford's Oud Wood. For the winter, it's a new purchase that I've been using for my close quarters scent, and that is Cuirelle by Ramon Monegal. Leather, basically. This is the leather interpretation of a scent that kind of comes out. This is actually the thing. The bottle itself looks like this. It says Cuirelle on it. You can even smell it, as you go off, or as I open this. Absolutely fantastic leather-based scent that is very sensual and gets the job done, especially in close quarters. Next, daring scent. This daring scent is daring because I've gotten a couple of compliments. I've also got a couple of, I would call them negative compliments, where people basically said I smelled like an old man, and that is Amouage's Epic Man. That's why this has been moved into, and for the summer, by the way, that's why this has been moved into my daring type of a scent, because it's really hit or miss towards who I find likes this smell on me. So, Amouage Epic Man. I have a review on it, by the way, if you want to know what it smells like. I just kind of don't want to make this as long as it is. For the winter, this is definitely a daring scent. And the reason why it's a daring scent is because depending on what day you catch it on, people are either going to say that you smell like roses and woods and stuff like that. And that's at its zenith. That is what it smells good like. On its worst days, people are going to say you smell like horse shit. No lie, we're talking about Zafar from, and this is part of the Oud Stars, this is why this bottle looks like that, but this is Zafar from Xerjoff, Oud Stars. Yes, on the worst days, people are going to say, people are going to say that it smells like manure, almost. there really is nothing else that I can actually say about that. I mean, on its best, again, Rose, Oud, on its worst, horseshit. And that's the reason why this is a daring set. It's daring because if I dare to wear this, and when I dare to wear this in the winter, I know that I'm going to possibly piss some people off and maybe get some people kind of sniffing around going, what the hell is that? Zafar. And for our upper class scent, upper class event type of a scent. In the summer, usually because I'm at an upper class event, I usually like to dress up, and for that, it usually gets pretty hot. And so I don't want a fragrance that's going to be too heavy. I want a fragrance that's going to kind of waft in the background, and that was my purpose for going out and buying this next fragrance, and that is St. Francis Kirk John's, MFK's Cologne pour le Matin. I like the cologne version a lot better than the regular version, just because, one, I like the smell better. Two, it accomplishes exactly what I'm trying to kind of convey. It smells very pleasant, but it's very subdued. It's not off the top, basically. It's a type of a smell that people, as they come past you, they're going to catch a waft. They're going to know it smells like you. It smells clean, smells very crisp, smells very professional at the same time, and that's what I want to convey at those high-class events. Cologne pour le Matin from, can't bear to see that. There you go. And for our winter upper-class event, I have been using this like crazy. I'm actually going to have to buy another one. I actually have a travel case of this, and this is by Kilian, Straight to Heaven. I've actually used one vial of it on my second one, and this is just a travel case for Straight to Heaven. Straight to Heaven is basically, it's got your dried fruits, it's got your rum, it's got your vanilla, it's got cedar in it. It's just very, very sensual on that, but at the same time being kind of mysterious on it. You know, a lot of people actually do ask me what I'm wearing when I've got this one on, because they like the smell so much. So, Straight to Heaven. So that is my starting lineup video for 2013/2014. Let me know what your starting lineups are. We've been seeing a couple videos for this already, so I love seeing those videos. Let me know, down in the comments below what your starting lineups or what your recommendations are for starting lineups. All right. Thank you. Take care of yourselves and have a great day.